Hello there, guys, and welcome back to That Anxious Gamer. I got another great video about Stormgate planned for you guys. And so what I'm going to be talking about here, guys, is the single biggest problem that Stormgate must overcome before it can actually be successful. And what am I talking about here, guys? I'm talking about racial balance. This is something that was ignored in StarCraft 2. Nobody talked about it, and it was just brushed under the rug. Everybody will just claim, oh, look at a Gudalak, everything's fine, guys. Protoss isn't in that much trouble, when it was clear, it was absolutely clear that Terran was unbalanced for the last several years of Legacy of the Void. Now, I want to make sure, guys, to point this out. Protoss was overpowered at certain points, Zerg was overpowered at certain points, and Terran was overpowered at certain points during StarCraft 2's history. This is not saying that Terrans are the bad guys. This is not saying that Terrans were always overpowered, because that's simply not the case. All races have been overpowered at some point in StarCraft 2's history. But what was the big problem with StarCraft 2 was its outrageous idea that the players always were the solution and we shouldn't patch the game. This was a Blizzard thing where they felt like they were always in the right. And so basically their solution was, we should just let the players try to figure things out. And I'm going to give some actually credit to my Terran brothers, even though I'm a Protoss and I honestly hate a lot of Terran units. One of the things that I feel like Terrans always did the best in StarCraft 2 was that they immediately said when there was a clear imbalance in the game. This is, for instance, during early Legacy of the Void, the Adept had insane shade range. It had total vision on its shades. And it was crazy. Like, Protosses were just basically spamming Adepts and just basically killing Terrans super early. Now, there's other disgusting Terran units in the game, like the Widowmine, and that's a topic for a separate video. But what I'm saying, guys, is that Protosses and Zergs were oftentimes way too slow to complain about units, and Blizzard was basically not listening anyway. They would only patch around once a year. Oftentimes, these patches were way, way, way too little, too late. And it's in direct contrast to other games like League of Legends that patch every 2 weeks. Now, I'm not suggesting for an RTS game that every 2 weeks patching schedule would be a great idea. But what I am suggesting, guys, is I think a 2 to 3 month patching schedule would be ideal. That would give us enough time, guys, to learn builds, actually see how the balance is going. But basically, every equivalent GSL season, or whatever will be the equivalency in Stormgate, we actually can have some fresh balance changes so the metagame doesn't get stale. One of the coolest times, I think, in Legacy of the Void, even though I'm a big detractor of Legacy and I didn't like Legacy, and I thought that basically Wings and Hots were both superior, one of the best things that they did was actually have siege tanks that could basically fly around and drop. That was a great time, guys. That completely changed the TVT meta, which was extremely stale. If there's one matchup that I hate watching in StarCraft 2, it's TVT. And yeah, so this is, in my opinion, something Stormgate can absolutely do better. And hopefully Frostshine is listening. I'm as my other videos have clearly demonstrated, I'm scared that Frostshine is getting right back into the Blizzard mindset of not listening to people when they're saying, hey, we need more often balance updates, guys. We cannot be sitting there and balance patching once a year. I think that would be disastrous for the game. I think that will bore people. And I think in 2023, that's a completely outdated idea. You know, and people always will bring this back to Brood War. They'll say, well, look at Brood War. Brood War is perfectly balanced. Guys, Brood War is not perfectly balanced. I do think Brood War is extremely lucky. I think that it had almost a miracle happen in that you had all these OP balance, like OP completely unbalanced units, and then somehow the game is moderately balanced. But look at Flash, look at the Tasagi issue, guys. Again, I'm going to be bridging this in another video, but racial balance, guys, and patching is directly related. We must patch, guys, when, let's say, a Terran, a Protoss, a Zerg equivalency, right? The Infernal, the Human Resistance, whatever you want to say, whatever races we have in Stormgate, and when we have 3 to 4 races, which I think is very important, guys. we can't be on two aces for very long. And again, that's a topic for another video. I don't want to get off on a tangent. But what I'm saying, guys, is we must be patching. And this is a big discussion in the Stormgate Reddit. Now, like I said, I've been banned from the Stormgate Reddit. I think 90% of it right now is Kobe kissers and bootlickers. But there is some good topics being brought up. And one of the big topics that I see time and time again is that Frostshine and Stormgate must address this patching issue. We cannot be sitting on the same balance for months when there's clear imbalance in the game. I think something that StarCraft 2 really did wrong at the end was they basically let, like the Marlu situation basically emulated Flash. They basically let one or two people, Marlu and Rogue, dominate for a very long period of time. It got boring to the fans, guys. Fans need to see different races win. You know, they need to see change in the game. If you just have the same game time and time again, month in, month out, people will get bored, guys, and they will move on from the game. So that's what I wanted to say in this video, guys. I wanted to keep this short. I wanted to keep this concise. I need you to, in the comments, let me know what you think. What is the best patching schedule? Should we see, I don't know, something crazy, every week patching, every other week like League of Legends, once a year like StarCraft 2? What would be the ideal patching schedule? In my opinion, 2 to 3 months, guys. 2 to 3 months, 4 times a year, 4 to 6 times a year. But I would say around 4 to 5 times a year would be my perfect balanced schedule. So what we'd do is we'd have an equivalency of a GSL season, 2 to 3 months, and then we'd have a big balance patch. And that would shake the metagame up and keep it fresh. So definitely let me know what you think, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be making so much Stormgate content. I'm making Mechabellum content. I'm really digging into the RTS. That won't be the only thing you're seeing, but I'm going to dig in deep to RTS games. And you'll be seeing a lot of guides for Stormgate right here. So tune in, hit the like, hit the sub, and I'll see you guys next time.